Hitfilm has been a huge part of my video editing journey, and in fact it was the first app I started editing my videos with. And since then it has seen a lot of changes. They added more and more features to it, but at the same time they removed many more features away from the free version. Until this year we got to see one of the biggest updates from Hitfilm. So let's dive deep and compare the free version of Hitfilm with the pro version to see which one is for you. So starting with the effects, Hitfilm's free version doesn't really have a lot of those when you compare it to the pro version. To be exact, Hitfilm's free version has around 127 effects, while on the other hand, the pro version has a whopping 322 of them. But the main defining and sorta important features that the free version of Hitfilm does lack are the ability to stabilize your footage, denoise your videos, particle simulations, chroma key, etc. Well, chroma key is kind of there in the free version of Hitfilm, known as the color difference key, but it doesn't really work as well as the actual chroma key, which gives you much more minute controls to work with. Now hold on, it's not like the free version of Hitfilm doesn't really have anything. In fact, it has most of the stuff a beginner would need. After all, it's aimed at beginners. Features like time remapping, 3D layers, text effects, masking, motion tracking, sharpening, and a hell lot more. Honestly, it's more than enough to get started. Now, something which is equally as important as fixing a very noisy shot is color grading. And this is where the pro version leaps ahead of the free version. Honestly, the free version doesn't really have a lot of color grading features, except a few basic features like brightness, hue shift, saturation, etc. But if you really want to do some serious color grading, you'll have to upgrade so that you can get access to LUTs, dual tones, color wheels and all that kind of stuff. On the bright side though, the free version of Hitfilm now has all the color scopes available for the nerd inside you and me. 3D editing and 3D objects are now a big part of Hitfilm, but sadly most of it is reserved for the pro version of Hitfilm. Now Hitfilm's free version does allow you to edit in 3D layers, but that's pretty much it. If you want to get all the fancy stuff like Mocha Hitfilm, Boris 3D objects, Foundry's 3D camera trackers and all the 360 video stuff, you'd have to get the pro version. And you get all these plugins for absolutely free with the pro version, which is actually quite a good deal because let's say you use Adobe After Effects, in which case you'll have to buy all these plugins separately, except Mocha AE of course. With the 22 edition of Hitfilm, you also get some royalty-free stuff. 10 songs, 25 sound effects for the free version of Hitfilm, 200 songs and 200 sound effects for the pro version, which you probably will use up in a few months. Now you might be wondering, why is this guy not even mentioning the creator pack? Well, it's not really worth it. You just get some extra effects, 50 songs, 50 sound effects, and that's pretty much it. No plugins, no extra features for color grading, and it's pretty much the same as the free version. I mean, if you're paying $13, then why not go ahead and pay $20 for the pro version and not be stuck in the middle with barely any improvements over the free version. It's kind of like going out wearing a very thick and warm jacket on a winter day, but not wearing any pants. Now audio is one more aspect which can improve your editing by a huge margin, but unfortunately Hitfilm isn't built for audio. And no, I'm not talking about the free version of Hitfilm, I'm talking about Hitfilm as a whole. Except for a few useful effects like compression, a half-baked equalizer and noise reduction, the rest of the audio effects and features are pretty much useless. But after all these, I would still use the free version of Hitfilm, and in fact I have been using for all these years. But in the latest release where they restricted the export quality to 1080, removed 4K timelines, introduced more and more hideous watermarks, the free version of Hitfilm isn't just doing it for me anymore. So at the end of the day, upgrading to the pro version makes more and more sense, right? Given that Hitfilm Pro is one of the cheapest professional video editing softwares out there, and even if you have a few good and open source alternatives, Hitfilm still stands out when it comes to how simple and easy it is to work with. But if you ask me whether I'll be upgrading, well, no. I've got my old friend.